Hello my lovelies, Sarah Jane Critchley here, author of A Different Joy, The Parent's Guide to Living Better with Autism, Dyslexia, ADHD and more, and founder of A Different Joy. I've got a nice quick one for you today. I wanted to ask you how your mornings are. Are your mornings absolutely magical? Are they really peaceful and delightful and happy? Or are they incredibly stressful and really difficult to cope with? Do you find that you're always running from pillar to post and you don't know what to start with and you're finding it really hard work? Well, I certainly have done, so that's why I wanted to talk to you about this one today. So I'm going to give you 3 P's to make your mornings go from miserable to manageable to marvellous. So the first one is to prepare. The secret to a brilliant morning is to start the night before. So the things that you might want to think about are things like, have you got uniform ready? Are your clothes all ready to rock? Have you got your outfit set out? Often what I do is I hang it up on the wardrobe so that I know what I'm planning to wear. I've got all the bits ready. Don't have to think about it then, just put it on. Have you got the school uniforms ready for your children? Are you sorted in terms of what you need to do before you run out the door? If you at all possible, do some lunches in advance because that makes life so much easier. It's much easier just to grab it from the fridge and shove it in a bag. If they've done their homework, so they do their homework and then put it straight into a bag and put their bag by the door or in a regular place so that they know where to get it before they go out the door. Sorting all of those things out makes everything calmer and quieter and happier. So it's always worth doing that. The second thing to prepare is yourself. Are you ready for the day? If there are things that you need to do to make yourself feel happy and grounded and ready to deal with all the challenges that life throws at you, then do them. In my case, one of the things I always do is I have a morning yoga session because I find that really helps. It's very grounding, very peaceful. Once I've done that and had a large cup of coffee, then I'm ready for the day. So that's what works for me. What do you know makes you happy, grounded and ready for the day? And the third thing is to set your intention for how you want to be with your family. What do you want them to experience? How are you going to be in this day? What sort of version of you? How can you make sure the best version of you meets the challenges that you've got? So that's always a good thing. The more you do in terms of positive framing, in terms of setting a positive view for how you think the day is going to go, then the better you will approach the challenges that you meet. It's not that they won't happen, it's that you will feel more resourceful and more capable of dealing with them. And things will happen during the day and occasionally you'll be thrown for a loop, but that's just life. So one of the things you might want to do is to ask your kids over breakfast, well, what are you looking forward to for today? What's going to be exciting about today? What's going to be great? And that can help to get them off on the right footing. The second P of our 3 Ps is it peaceful? Now this one's tripped us up somewhat in the past. I used to, my poor children, I used to run into their bedrooms first thing in the morning and go, good morning, and start singing and be very loud and say, come on then, up you get. Actually, that really doesn't work for us. There may be some of you that does work for. By all means try it, but what I discovered was that mine could not cope with that noise and they couldn't cope with that many words. If I rushed into their room and started talking to them before they're even properly awake, all that happened is that I would overwhelm them before they had even started the day, which, let's face it, is not a good place to start, so let's not try and do that. And the second thing, oh dear, I am so sorry, I apologise for this one in advance. Don't pick a fight with people first thing in the morning. It's never a good thing. I had this horrible habit of I would go into a bedroom, and my kids' bedrooms are far from ideal, and I would look around and I'd try to be really nice and happy and smiley, and then I'd look around and I'd see disorganisation, I'd see chaos, I'd see stuff that wasn't meant to be there, and I would immediately go, bleh. Why is that there? Why haven't you done that? And that's a horrible way to start the day. So what I had to learn to do, and I have finally learned how to do it, is to stop doing that. Don't have that conversation at that part in the morning. Start it quiet, start it peaceful, and get everybody up and going gently before you get anywhere. And what that did is it lowered their arousal before they came down to breakfast, and it made the whole day flow much better and everyone's happier. The third and final P, be present. This is not a time to have your phone out. This is not a time to look at your emails or to be in a completely different room. This is a really nice time for you to have a bit of time together, get everything prepped in advance and sit down. Now, does this always happen in our household? No. But is it the right thing to aim for? Yes. Because it is really important to be present with the people you love. Really, really important. So ideally, you would eat together. At least that way you'll know they've eaten something. You'll know they've eaten something nutritious. You'll know that it's not entirely full of sugar and horrible stuff. If that's what you're trying to avoid, you'll know that it's stuff that will actually set them up for their day in a way that they're able to operate, whether it's at school or at work or whatever. And then the final thing, the most important thing, send them off, if they're able to go on their own, send them off with your love ringing in their ears. I heard an appalling story from a lovely lady who had a bit of a fight with her son in the morning, her teenage son. And the next thing she heard, he was run over. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And she could not cope with the fact that that was the last thing he heard from her, out of her lips, was something negative and critical and horrible. Now that, please God, that doesn't happen to anybody you know or love, but you never know when that's going to happen. You never know when the last words you say are going to be the last thing you ever get to say. So let's make each one of those opportunities positive. You will have arguments with people, that's fine, that's okay, but don't ever leave on a negative. Always leave on a positive. You love the people you live with, hopefully, at least most of us do. So please make sure that that's what they hear, because you've set the tone for their day. So let's make it a good one. They'll feel better, they'll do better, you'll feel better, you'll do better, and everyone will experience a bit more joy. It might not be the same as everyone else's joy, it's a different joy, and it's all there for you. And I hope that's really helped you. Take care, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Bye.